Hello, hello to our students joining this webinar. I do want to welcome you to the Stockton Virtual College Fair and this evening's presentations. Students, just want to let you know that if at any point in time you have a question, please use that Q&A button that's in the bottom of your screen. Your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters can't see or hear you. But if you do have a question for either the entire group or maybe just for a specific university, you can use that Q&A button. Your questions aren't broadcast to others, they just go to our presenters. If you are interested, I do know there's at least one more session of the Stockton Virtual College Fair this evening, so take a look at those offerings. And this recording will be available later on that same website where you registered for this event. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to our presenter from the University of Southern California.
Good evening, everyone. Let me make this full screen here. Appreciate your patience. Excellent. Kara, is that okay?
We do have, oh, now it's okay. Yep, we're good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming this evening. My name is Will Peters. I am the Territory Manager and Assistant Director of Admission, responsible for working with students from the Central and Imperial Valley. And we'll talk a little bit more about what this means, but please, after this presentation, if you have questions, you can find me by putting in your high school on our website, and I'll be happy to answer them. So to get started this evening, USC is a large private research university, and we have almost 50,000 undergraduate students and just over 20,000 undergraduates. And even though we're so big, we like to encourage you to make your experience small. With a student-faculty ratio of 8-to-1, we're going to encourage you to get to know your professors and work one-on-one with them, doing research, which we'll talk more about shortly. But we really think that having this smaller experience at such a large university gives our students the opportunity to have access to one of the 19 professional schools on campus, even though you may only have one major. And we'll encourage you to take advantage of the many opportunities we have on campus. The average class size is 26. That doesn't mean you won't have a class with 100, 150 students, but what it means is those big classes will be broken down into smaller discussion sections, so you can engage the material on an individual basis. I like talking about how every first-year student at USC is required to take a seminar with no more than 16 students. That's you, 15 of your peers, and a professor talking about just your writing. And to have that opportunity at such a large university is really unprecedented. So these are the 6 things that we really like to talk about as distinguishing USC as a university. Firstly, we have interdisciplinary studies. And, you know, students who look at what this actually means can get very technical about it, but I would say it has 2 meanings, and we'll talk about both. The first is, you know, we have many interdisciplinary majors. We're going to encourage you within your own major to ask and pursue other disciplines within that major. So if you're looking at our philosophy, politics, and law major, or our philosophy, politics, and economics, or data science, which is a combination of some liberal art and engineering, or business and cinematic arts, or computer science and business administration. These are all interdisciplinary majors, and this kind of thinking and approach to problem solving is very common at USC, where 2 fields get together and solve one problem. The other way, and perhaps the more common way, our students talk and take advantage of interdisciplinary studies is the ability to take classes all across the university. So this means even if you're a history major, we're going to encourage you to go take a class, an open enrollment class in the film school, or over in the engineering school, or at the School of Public Policy. Many USC students have multiple majors and minors, and those are all things that are relatively easy to add to your academic plan, even though we ask you to apply with a major and you can't apply to USC undecided. The average USC student changes their academic plan by adding, dropping a major upwards of 5 times So we know that you're going to take classes and learn things at USC, and you'll want to change your mind and do different things and explore different things. And I talked a little bit about this before, but research is happening in every school on campus, and all our professors have PhDs and are experts in their field, and they want you to help them on this research, whether that's for a service learning class when you're going out in the community to engage and do grassroots kind of research in the community for, say, it's a sociology class or a public policy class, or you're actually in a lab doing research for biology, engineering, chemistry, or physics. There's all different kinds of research. And again, this is to gain that experience of doing scholarly inquiry, but also working one-on-one with professors. USC students come from over 150 different countries. And we think that the global perspectives you'll gain from interacting with students of all different races, creeds, backgrounds, and identities will really enrich the experience you have at USC. And this is something that we'll talk about a little later, but when it comes to your application, we are trying to admit students who are diverse and will bring a different experience and perspective on life in the world to campus in order to enrich the Trojan family. We're really proud of where we're located in Los Angeles, and that our students take advantage of all that we have to offer in the nearby community and in the city at large. Students get out in LA and explore for fun. They use public transit, which is really close to campus, and can get downtown in 10 minutes, in the beach in about 40 minutes, all on the local metro rail. So they explore, have fun in LA, but they also get internships. Students are getting internships in the public sector, whether it's in Silicon Beach in the new tech industry, the film industry, the sports and entertainment, other entertainment industry in LA, as well as business and as well. And also in the public sector. I know a lot of students who work at the local hospitals or for the city or county of Los Angeles. And even though students are always getting out and about, the majority of first and second year students live on campus, and there's a rich campus life. One of the things I love about USC is it's always bustling with students and things going on. And there's over 1,000 different clubs and organizations. And, we're going to encourage you to get involved in your interests outside of class on campus as well. And lastly, we like to talk about the Trojan family. You'll notice this even when you're a student, but especially after, in helping you get jobs. And once you're a Trojan, always a Trojan, and it's lifelong and worldwide. Our application review process is holistic. Every application is fully and fairly evaluated by someone like me who understands who you are and where you come from. The first time you can apply to USC is December 1st. We have no early decision or early action programs. And if you apply by December 1st, you'll be considered for merit scholarship. And our last time to apply is January 15th. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Will Peters, and you can email me at petersw@usc.edu. Thank you. And as we say at USC, fight on.
Great. And we will now head on to our next presenter from Loyola University, Chicago.
Hello. Let me bring up my screen here. Hi guys, my name is Emily and I am an admission counselor here for Loyola Chicago. We are the largest undergraduate Jesuit population in the United States. There's 27 Jesuit universities and we have just over 12,000 undergraduate students, and we are in the heart of Chicago. Our main campus is in the northern part of Chicago in Rogers Park. The size is really nice. It's big enough that it's going to feel a lot bigger than your high school, but our class sizes are very small, averaging 26 students in a class. Our campus is very diverse. You can see here a few of our statistics about our diversity. We definitely are diverse because we are a Jesuit university where everybody is welcome, and also because we're in Chicago, and so it's a great city to be a student in. So we've got all 50 states represented and just a lot of international students as well. Our students do live on campus for 2 years, and they can live their third and fourth year, but that just makes it a very vibrant campus life as well. Let me move forward here. We have 2 campuses actually in Chicago. The main campus is the one you see on the top there, our Lakeshore campus. And it is a very traditional feeling campus. It's got lots of space and we are right on the shores of Lake Michigan. So it's nice that we're in a big city, but it's also nice to have that traditional university campus feel. Our second campus is our Water Tower campus, and that's in downtown Chicago. So we've got this urban campus where a lot of our kind of professional programs are housed, our School of Education, our business school, our School of Social Work. We have a law school down there as well. You might be hearing a cat meow in the background here. That's my kitten. So I just want to let you know you might hear her joining in here. We are in Chicago, just a really great city. What I love about Chicago is that it's a big city, but it has a lot of green space. So I like that you have all the amenities of a large city, but you also have beautiful parks and beautiful areas that you can just, get away from it as well. And the beautiful coast, that shoreline of Lake Michigan is really unique in Chicago. These are all of the schools that offer undergraduate programs. So the nice thing about our size is we do offer over 80 different majors and 80 different minors. Everything, we have engineering, and we also have criminal justice, criminal science, and we also have a direct entry nursing program. Our business program is #1 in the Chicago area for undergraduate students. And our School of Education is really awesome just because you get to spend a lot of time in Chicago's classrooms starting your first semester. We have the oldest social work program in Chicago. It's a 5-year program. You can get a bachelor's and a master's in 5 years. We also have a really awesome Institute for Environmental Sustainability. One of the cool things about our campus, we turn our cafeteria grease into biodiesel fuel that powers a shuttle that we take our students back and forth between our 2 campuses. And then we make the byproduct of that into soap that we use in all of our restrooms on the campus. So we are a very green campus, and we've been top ranked for being a green campus. Our public health and health sciences, you're going to find our healthcare management, exercise science, and a really useful, a degree that's very needed right now, public health as well in that area. We are Division I in a lot of different sports, and we have sororities and fraternities, but no houses on our campus. So it's kind of unique in terms of it offers you the philanthropic and the social, aspect of sororities and fraternities without the kind of the houses that often go along with them. The thing I really like students to know about us is that we definitely attract students who want a big city, but also want a college that is very, very collaborative and warm, a very warm community. A big focus for us is on social justice. So students who come to us have a lot of opportunities to get involved in the Chicago area and to be very active in that way. And the other thing is it attracts students like that. So that's also the community that we have on the campus. We offer a lot for Catholic students, but all students, regardless of your religious background, are welcome on the campus. We have a Hall of Religions that's very diverse. Our application, you can find us on the Common App or through our website. We are test optional this year. Something unique about us is that an essay or a personal statement is optional, but we do recommend that you submit that. Financial aid, we do merit scholarships that range from $7,500 to $25,000. And that's just based on your application materials. You don't have to ask to be considered for that. You're automatically considered. And you find out if you're admitted to the school, you find out with your admission letter exactly what you receive in terms of merit aid. We have open houses. We have actually one tomorrow. So we have an open house tomorrow and another one November 14th. I can't even start to get into what we have to offer. So this is a really great opportunity for you to learn more about what we have in very pointed sessions. So you can pick and choose the sessions that you're going to attend. And then this is how to reach us. So I encourage you to reach out to students. I really think that's a super valuable part of this process is hearing from current students. Us admission counselors can give you lots of information, but I feel students can really give you the feel of the campus a lot better than we can. So please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. So that's a little bit about Loyola Chicago. Back to you, Kara.
Thank you so much. And we will pass it off to our presenter from Catholic University.
Hopefully I get this right this time. Can you see me? Can you see the screen, my presentation? Great, thank you.
Good.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Cronin. I'm Associate Dean of Admission at Catholic University. Catholic University is a national global research university located in Washington, D.C. We were founded in the late 1800s, and we have over 30 different research centers on campus for both our undergraduates and our graduate students on campus. We have just about 6,000 students on campus, about 3,300 undergrad, about 2,600 graduate students, which we have students from all 50 states and students from over 40 countries. Certainly a community in and of itself in DC. We're located on the east side of the city, so we're not right downtown. We're very much a residential green space campus. Of all the universities in DC, we are the largest campus. It's a 170-acre campus. Students are required and are guaranteed housing for the first 3 years, and then many seniors choose to live off campus in our community and our neighborhood. We're in the midst of building a new dining hall on campus, as well as a new residence hall is in the works as well, and we're excited about those new buildings on campus. And our School of Nursing is also, we just received a $40 million donation from a very generous family last year. We're very excited about a new Conway School of Nursing that is in the works as well. At Catholic University, we are a research university. However, we have a foundation in the liberal arts, and we believe in a comprehensive experience for our undergraduates. We have a wonderful, fairly new advising program on campus. It's been around about 2 years, in which we combined academic advising and career services in the same place. So that students have the resources, the support, the faculty, and many opportunities in order to make good choices in terms of exploring coursework, deciding on a major, really exploring research opportunities, ultimately getting into internships, and then certainly obviously into careers following graduation. With our location in DC, we are one of only 2 universities that have a metro stop. And with that, that gives our students fantastic access. We have over 3,000 internship opportunities, and our students are interning with the Senate Majority Whip, with the White House Press Secretary, with the Treasury Department, with the National Institutes of Health, with the with NASA. So certainly many federal internships, but also private sector, banking, private equity, a number of different opportunities for our students to do internships in the federal government, international opportunities, international business, as well as the private sector. So we feel we have some great opportunities with the unique opportunities that DC has to offer. Our students are given some great opportunities with their internships. With our 3,300 undergraduate population, we provide a 7-to-1 student faculty ratio. So our faculty really get to know their students. Our average class size is 19. And certainly there's some great opportunities in which our faculty truly are engaged in small discussion-based classes with our students. And students are really enjoying the opportunity to really engage in research, coursework, taking advantage of classes in DC with our faculty in that small classroom setting. We have 12 different schools at the university, 9 of which are specifically focused towards the undergraduate. And you can see the 9 here. We have 75 different, over 75 different undergraduate majors. Certainly the most popular major at Catholic is politics. Yes, we're in Washington, D.C. However, among the 79 different undergraduate majors, we have great opportunity in our School of Nursing, in international business, in biomedical engineering, in architecture. We are the only school of music in all of Washington, D.C., so some great opportunities with our students doing work at the Kennedy Center and many of the humanities and arts programs throughout the city of D.C. So there's many great opportunities for our students to really engage, again, in different classes and different programs, but in all the different 9 schools and colleges. Students are not, when you begin at one of our schools, you're not bound to that school. So many of our students who start in the School of Business may dabble in courses in engineering and decide to change it and become a major in the School of Engineering. So it's very easy to move between schools and colleges. We also have students who start undecided, and that's perfectly fine. We call it exploratory because we encourage students to explore, take different courses, again, work with the faculty, dabble a little bit in architecture perhaps, or take some courses in sales or sports marketing to really see where those strengths are, where your interests are, and how those things evolve ultimately into majors and internships and careers down the road. We do have a first year experience that all freshmen are required to take. It is no more than 18 students in each of those classes. It's 2 courses in the fall and 2 courses in the spring. In each of those courses focus around English and philosophy and theology. And it's a great way, and there's a mentorship program as well of upper class students who've taken the class who work with our freshmen. And it's a great way to engage in the class with students from all different schools at the university and really to take a closer look in developing those skills through philosophy, theology, and English. We also have a university honors program. You can see some information about that here. It does not require a separate application. It's merely our review of a student's application, a common application to the university. Study abroad opportunities, certainly. We have our own flagship program in Rome. We have our own campus, our own faculty, our own community in Rome. We hope that our students can get back to that campus in the spring, still working on that, but we're excited and hope that takes place. And certainly vibrant community. We are Division III in Landmark Conference. Our students are incredibly committed to community service, to putting themselves out across the city of DC, but also to really being engaged on campus in activities, sports, extracurriculars, all those different opportunities. We are Common App exclusive and brand new this year. We are test blind, meaning we will not take into consideration any SATs or ACTs. And these are the pieces of information that we're looking for on the application. It does not cost anything to apply to Catholic U as well. And finally, here's my email. So if you do have other questions, I welcome, and all my colleagues at Catholic U welcome your questions and queries about Catholic U. And if you want to learn more about us, I'm happy to chat. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thanks so much. We'll pass it off to our representative now from Verto Education.
All right. Thanks, Kara. I'll share my screen. Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. I think I see 34 of you here. Wish I could see all of you in person and see your faces and talk to you, but this is the world we live in today. Yeah, raise your hand if you've got Zoom fatigue. I'm definitely raising mine. I'm going to assume all of you are raising your hand back in me there. Yeah, and also I want to say too before I start this, like I think your high school class, especially you seniors 2021, man, you guys are going to be known as the toughest class ever to graduate. What a year for y'all. So much appreciated you guys taking the time to learn about these great universities. My name is Josh. I work for Verto Education. This is a little bit different. If anybody out there is interested in traveling, seeing the world, thinking about a 4-year school, not sure what they would like to do, this is I think, a unique opportunity. What we do is send students abroad for their first semester of college. That was a really intentional decision on our part. We think that, and I personally think that and believe that traveling is one of the best ways to learn about yourself, to learn about the world around you, experience life through somebody's eyes who thinks differently than you. What a great way to kick off your college career. So we've got a number of different locations around the world that students are spending their first semester at. The idea with Verto too is to have this international experience, but also have it help you graduate and have it work towards your college degree and even help you get into college. We'll talk about that in a second. So each semester students are traveling, they're earning 16 credits, full semester's loaded credits, and they're also knowing which university they are admitted to. So we'll look at it in more detail here. The way that I like to frame Verto to students is you can kind of think of us like the Common App, where we partner with 50 universities across the country. That list is growing. One of them is here tonight. Shout out to Catholic and Sarah. How you doing? So the way that our application works is students can choose any of our partner colleges to apply to through Verto. What we're seeing is that students applying to Verto have an advantage in admission, which is great. And they're starting college with a semester abroad. Again, really just a great dynamic way to kick off your college career. Hey, look, there's Will Ferrell. We'll skip a bunch of these. Okay, we'll go here. So I'm gonna breeze through these because we have 6 minutes and I'm terrible at keeping this 6-minute time mark. So I'll wait for Kara's face to tell me to stop talking. Let's look at one option in Italy, for example. So if you're somebody who's ever wanted to travel to Europe, we have a semester in Italy as an example. This is a great semester for deep thinkers, for visual learners. You're going to be studying philosophy and art history. You know, what better place in the world than Italy to do that? And also, it's Italy, so carbs, amazing. This is a cool semester because you get to spend that time at an actual Italian university. It's called Università Cattolica. It's actually this first picture here. go back really quick. Yeah, that's that university. Beautiful. We also have semesters where students are never setting foot in a classroom. If you're someone who wants to get out there and unplug, if you're somebody who wants to see parts of the world that are just unknown to most people, you could spend your first semester in Hawaii or Latin America or the South Pacific. This is a cool semester. Students are in 3 countries, Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia. You're studying anthropology in a Fijian village in the highlands, living with a local family, living traditionally. We do animal sciences in Australia and with species conservation. And we do some really cool work with like geothermal energy with the Maori groups in New Zealand. So a lot of diversity to experience and a lot of places to see. And again, we want students to have this kind of experience to start college. We think it's a great way for you guys to kick off. And especially if you're someone who's not sure what you'd like to do, I think it's a good way to kind of hone in. Okay, so let's talk about partner colleges. I'll show you the graphic here. So we've got 50 universities across the country. You can see Oregon Catholic, who's here tonight, a bunch of different schools. Students can apply through Verto to any of our universities. We don't have a minimum GPA. We don't require test scores. So if you're looking at, let's say, William and Mary, for example, and your GPA is a little bit lower, test grades aren't so good, this just gives you an advantage in admission. I could talk for hours about why that is, but the application looks like this. You can kind of tick off on a box which university you'd like to apply to, and we'll help you transfer those credits, and we'll help you receive an admission decision. If you're not looking at a partner school, if you're looking at a different 4-year school or community college, let us know. We'll help you transfer the Verto credits so you can spend your first semester abroad with any college pathway. We'll help you work that out. Okay. Affordability is big for us. I don't want to talk your ears off about scholarships, but we've got need-based scholarships. We have an honors program, here it is, where low-income students will not pay tuition for a full year of Verto traveling the world. So there are a ton of different options to choose from. I'm going to go to this last slide here. If you'd like to talk about this more, just talk about traveling or just schedule one-on-one, scan this code here, fill out your name and email, and I'll kind of reach out to you personally. We can have a chat. But yeah, that's where I'd go from there. Anyway, I'll pass it off to the next one. I think I did it in under 6 minutes this time. I'm proud of myself. Okay. Yeah.
I'm to spare. You're all good. All right. We will pass it off to our next presenter from EHL.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. My name is Daniel Flores, and I'm the recruitment officer for EHL. To make it simple, we go by a 3-2-1 model. The 3 is actually what you see on your screen, and it's the 3 locations that we offer our program. On the left-hand side is going to be Lausanne, Switzerland in the French-speaking part. In the middle is Passau, Switzerland in the Swiss-German-speaking part. And on the right side is Singapore. First thing to note, don't freak out. Programs taught entirely in English. You do not need to know the local language, but the benefit is you will be picking up the local language by being there. The 2 means the different pathways. To make it crazy simple, one pathway is for culinary arts. The second pathway is to go directly into hospitality and business. Culinary arts can lead into that pathway, which leads us to our 1. We offer 1 bachelor's degree, and that's a Bachelor's of Science in International Hospitality Management. Now, as far as the campus goes, very, very vibrant. We have over 3,300 total students, 2,900 in our undergrad program, and they come from 120 different nationalities. This is an international school. So if you're looking to meet people from all over the world, you get that experience here. About 84% of our students know 3 or more languages. Don't freak out. If you don't know 3 languages right now, you will actually know 3 by the time that you graduate. We also do holistic admissions. So we want you to be active in high school so you can continue that at EHL, because we have over 30 student committees, which in essence are student clubs. They'll range from mountain sports, water sports, rugby, professional eating, professional wine drinking, to photography, to rugby, as some examples. One thing we're very proud about is we are ranked globally as #1 in the world for hospitality and leisure management. I say it to say this, don't focus on rankings. College is all about fit, so find the university that really fits what you're looking for. One thing that also makes us very unique is last year we became the first school in the world to have a Michelin star training restaurant. Now, one thing is getting the Michelin star, the second thing is maintaining it, and we were able to maintain it for this year. Another thing to note is that we have dual accreditation by the US and the Swiss government. So what that means for anybody that graduates from EHL is you can work and you can continue your education anywhere around the world. So in essence, the world becomes your oyster, which is pretty cool. And side note, this is our dress code. We wear suits every single day. We're prepping you for the real world. We want you to get a job when you graduate. Now, the rendering behind me plus what's on your screen is a rendering of our future campus in Lausanne. Very modern, very minimalistic. We have 2 brand new apartment buildings, 3 brand new dorms. This is our sports facility that we're working on right now. It's going to have an indoor gym, indoor pool, indoor spa. College life is rough. People need their mani-pedis. You can get that on campus, but even outside, basketball court, volleyball court, tennis court. This is the quintessential European experience. In a 45-minute train ride from Lausanne, you're in Geneva. In a 3-hour flight from Geneva, you're in up to 36 different countries. If you want to go to Paris over the weekend, you can. If you want to go to Milan over the weekend, you can. If you want to go to Berlin over the weekend, you can. So think about what you want out of the best 3 to 5 years of your life. That's what you can get here. Now, if you're looking for something different, we actually have our campus in Singapore. Singapore is like the Switzerland of Asia. Why? Small in size, but filled with expats. So you get a multicultural experience on campus and off campus. The landscapes can be very different. Closer to the equator, so more hot and humid, but you also get luscious green everywhere. And this is also a foodie destination. So you could have a Michelin star lunch for 15 bucks. It's definitely a great experience. And also in a 3-hour flight, you're in up to 17 different countries. So once again, you can travel while you're in school. Now the meat and potatoes. Our program is 4 years. Embedded in that is 1 year of internship. The first 6 months of our program, you're always in Lausanne. You're switching courses every single week, making chocolates, making pastries, drinking wine, making cocktails, to then cleaning toilets, making beds, doing inventory, learning French, making finger foods, making a Michelin star meal, to visiting and eating at a 3 Michelin star restaurant. We're teaching you about service, which is 1 in 10 jobs globally. I want you to remember, hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. Once again, hospitality is not just hotels and restaurants. After that first semester, you have your first 6-month internship anywhere around the world. So you're traveling as part of the curriculum, you're getting work experience, and most likely you're picking up another language. Then you come back for 3 semesters, you take business courses, language courses, and hospitality courses. I did my undergrad in business. I took microeconomics, macroeconomics, financial accounting. You take that at EHL. We also offer German, French, Russian, Mandarin, Spanish as language courses. After those 3 semesters, you come back for your next internship. Same deal, 6 months anywhere around the world. Final year, you come back for advanced management theory courses, elective courses, and then you actually finish off the program being a consultant. So you solve a problem for a company by yourself with up to 5 others. You decide you want to start your own business. We have a startup incubator on campus, or you do a research thesis. No matter what you choose, you have at least 1 expert coach guiding you the entire way. That's what leads 96% of our students to get a job within 6 months of graduation. And that's the highest of any school offering this program. So once again, this is not just hotels and restaurants. 47% of our alumni go into the traditional, what we think is hospitality, but because this is a business degree, banking, accounting, NGOs, education, healthcare, health and beauty, luxury goods, consumer goods, you can do so much with this degree. And we have over 30,000 alumni working in over 150 different countries. So we have a very extensive alumni network. So I'm going to go ahead and breeze past this part real quick. And then just so you know, we are on Common App. It's a 3-phase process. I'm actually your go-to. I cover the left half of Canada, left half of the US, and all of Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. So I work with anybody from those areas. We do accept FAFSA. We do have different scholarships. There's ways to make it affordable. And here's my contact information for if you have any questions down the road, even if it's just about studying abroad in Europe. So thank you so much for your time.
Great, thank you so much. And on to our presenter from Vanderbilt University.
Hello, I'm going to get slides up and we will get started. Slides are going to work today. It's almost Friday, y'all. We almost made it. So thank you for joining us tonight. As many of my colleagues have said, learning about many different fun schools. Hi, my name is Annie Wells. I'm an admissions counselor here at Vanderbilt. I work with students largely from Middle and Northern California, Northern Georgia, and Eastern Tennessee. So I'm all over it right now. But telling you a little bit more about Vandy. Vandy is a private liberal arts institution. We are home to just under 7,000 undergraduates, and we have the reach and resources of a larger institution, but the tight-knit feel of a smaller student body. Our first year class is around 1,600 students, which we know is the right size to achieve a wide variety of students from all over the world while maintaining a strong sense of community. That community is made up of a wide array of students and perspectives, as Vanderbilt values having a dynamic student population with many different stories and experiences. Our campus is diverse in many ways, including cultural and racial makeup, with 42% of our students being students of color, and geographic diversity with students from currently 50 different states and 60 different countries in our undergraduate population. Vanderbilt and Vanderbilt admissions also stand firmly against police brutality and support the fight for justice and equity for all Black Americans. We believe Black Lives Matter. Our students are also intellectually diverse. We have 10 undergraduate and graduate schools on campus. We offer 4 undergraduate schools, College of Arts and Science, the School of Engineering, Peabody College of Education, and Blair School of Music, which is a conservatory-style undergraduate-only school of music. Across those, there are 70 majors for undergraduates to choose from. We just added engineering in the built environment and jazz studies as majors this year. Some of our most popular majors include economics, neuroscience, medicine, health and society, and human and organizational development. Regardless of the major, students at Vanderbilt can take classes across all 4 schools, and even double major or minor across the 4 schools as well. That academic flexibility allows our students to pursue a variety of different interests. As you can see from our 420 plus student organizations, our students are incredibly engaged on campus. Our small student body allows our student to faculty ratio to be 7-to-1 and have over 80% of our classes be fewer than 30 students. Our residential college model also supports student and faculty relationships by having a faculty head of house living in the residence halls with all first-year students. Learning also takes the shape of research on our campus. As a Research One institution, there are ample opportunities for undergraduates to complete research across the disciplines while at Vanderbilt. So it's not surprising that over half of our students will complete undergraduate research while they are here in research labs, centers, or beyond. The balance between campus involvement and academics is a hallmark of the Vanderbilt student experience. So our students find a strong sense of quality of life here. Our students' experience goes beyond the classroom through student activities, campus events, or cheering on one of our 15 Division I sports teams. Additionally, we have a residential campus, which most of our students live on campus all 4 years, which allows our students to their living and learning experiences to be seamless. Of course, that all looks a little bit different in the land of COVID right now. None of this would be possible without our fantastic financial aid program, Opportunity Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated financial need in a scholarship. 65% of our student body is receiving some form of financial aid, which helps us expand the socioeconomic diversity on campus and make Vanderbilt affordable for more families. We also offer merit scholarships that are 4-year full tuition awards that students can apply to when they're applying to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is also test optional for all students applying for fall 2021 admission consideration for both admission and merit scholarship consideration. Finally, our students enjoy the benefit of living in a growing and dynamic city. While our campus is a more traditional residential college, where 95% of our students live on campus all 4 years, and the campus is pedestrian or closed to traffic, it is in downtown Nashville, meaning that students have the benefit of the balance of a gorgeous park-like campus, steps from the city, and also the amenities of a larger city. Nashville is aptly named Music City. We do host over 20,000 live music performances a year when we can do those again. And Nashville is also a healthcare and a tech industry hub, so home to many jobs and internships that our students take advantage of. There's also many ways to continue to learn about Vanderbilt, even in a virtual environment. We have a virtual tour. All of this can be found on our main admissions webpage under the Visit tab. You also, in the coming days, or up until, the middle of November, when our students go home, have the ability of doing a student panel with students, or a conversation, current student conversations of one of those, getting in a Zoom call and having conversations with our current students. We now also have Zoom tours that we are offering on a pretty much daily basis to get a sense of what campus looks like when we can't currently bring students on campus. If all of this sounds lovely and you want to hear more, we have daily information sessions, or if you're ready to apply, we have both early decision 1 and 2, which are binding application processes, and regular decision. All of those dates and deadlines can be found on our main admissions page under the Apply tab and the Application Quick Guide. We support applications from Common App, Coalition, and QuestBridge. If you have more questions after this, please do reach out to us. The 2 best ways to reach out to a staff member are either to email admissions@vanderbilt.edu or go to the main admissions page, go to the top, click on the Find Your Counselor button, and you can find me listed in California, Georgia, and Tennessee, and email me directly through the website. If you want to learn more about our majors, the Academics tab is the place to be. It can also give you more information about research on campus. And if you want to connect with a student for an email, I have a question. If you go to the main admissions page in the top right-hand corner, there is a Connect button. The second drop down on that says Contact a Student. That will take you to a listing of about 75 students that you can search through either by geographic location or major or school, and look through that as well and get questions from a student and email them in that correspondence. So I encourage you to reach out not only to myself and staff, but also to students if you have questions. And I will turn this back over to Kara. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Excellent. All right. Thanks to all of our presenters for your 6-minute presentations. We do have just a few minutes remaining. Students, that Q&A button is still available if you have any questions for our presenters. We have about 5 minutes, so you can still use that Q&A in the bottom. But I am going to use this time right now to ask our presenters to give about 30 seconds of anything they still want to leave our students and counselors with, maybe a campus tradition or something very unique about your institution. And we'll start with USC.
Yeah, sure. So, my favorite personal campus tradition on campus is our student involvement fair. It's first couple weeks of campus. We have over 1,000 different clubs and organizations. And again, part of this is we really want you to get involved doing your passions on campus. So during the student involvement fair, all the clubs line up on our main Truesdale Parkway, and you can just walk around and join as many as you want, whether it's intramural sport or club. Yeah.
Excellent. And Loyola Chicago?
Yeah, my favorite tradition that we have on the campus is definitely during finals week, we have a finals breakfast. And what I love about this is it's served by the faculty and staff. And I think that really goes back to our Jesuit roots of service. And I just love that they get into it and they are the ones that are serving them this breakfast. But the really unique thing is it's actually not in the morning. They serve it at midnight. So it's very much, down to, it's, the students love that it's at a time when they're still awake and and it just really gives them some extra motivation to keep things going during that week. So it's definitely our finals breakfast that comes to mind as my favorite tradition.
And Catholic University?
I'm going to talk about a unique component at Catholic U. We'd like to talk about how we're into spy stuff. We have a unique certificate in intelligence studies, and it is founded and organized by a 26-year veteran of the CIA. He's invited former CIA director to speak to our group. Our students have done internships and observations at the CIA, FBI, and Homeland Security. So our certificate in intelligence studies that's housed in our politics department gives our students some really unique opportunities in DC to learn more about the intelligence community.
And Verto Education.
Wow, those sound really cool. I want to learn about, I want to be a spy. Also, Emily, you had me at late night breakfast. Yes. Am I too old? Can I? Traditions at Verto. I don't know. There's a remote island in Fiji that we go to called Somo, and we do these like there are these like huge dunes, and our students can go and they go and jump off. So if that's your thing, that's a fun tradition.
Excellent. And EHL?
Yeah, so twice a year, we actually have 2 massive parties in essence. One of them is called Fête Universal, one's Fête Finale. Fête Finale is actually run by students, and it's to celebrate the upcoming graduating class. So they do different themes. They've done Arabian Nights, they've done Speakeasy, being that we specialize in hospitality events as part of that. So they they go all out. It's pretty ridiculous. Like it's almost like out of the Great Gatsby at times. So that's twice a year, but then we also do Fête Universal, which is really a celebration of cultures. Being that we have 120 nationalities on campus, we want to make sure that people are recognized. But then, you might have the Latin America booth where you have people from Colombia, Argentina, Ecuador, and what they're doing is they're serving different drinks and foods from their home country, and pretty much sharing it to anybody who stops by. So two very, very unique opportunities there.
And Vanderbilt.
So I really like all of our traditions and events that happen on Alumni Lawn, which just happens to be right outside the admissions office. Kind of starts with our Founders Walk, which is our first event welcoming our first year students to campus. It is also a bookend. That is the same lawn that students will graduate from after 4 years here. We also annually, when we can have them, have two of our largest music festivals on campus and music concerts each year on Alumni Lawn, one in the fall and one in the spring semester. So a lot of activities on Alumni Lawn, from events to just students hanging out, throwing a Frisbee, petting a dog, and doing some homework on the grass.
Excellent. All very fun things. I want to thank our students for joining us this evening. Students, when you do click out of the webinar, there is just a short 4-question survey that will appear for you. If you could please answer that for us, it helps with future programming. And there is one more session for the Stockton Fair this evening, so go ahead and check out other universities are presenting shortly. And this recording will be available on that same website where you registered for the event in a few days once they are ready. So I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening, and have a lovely night.